Hi, thanks for checking out our channel. This is going to be maybe a repair video on this particular unit. It's a Parmak. Parmak Mark 6. So it's a Parmak Mark 6. This is a, well, they got the date up here of 1998. Maybe that's when they bought it. But yeah, this is a late 90s, maybe in the early 2000s model. Maybe, I don't know how far back it went on the 90s side of the thing, but they did have a Mark 5 model in there as well. It looks similar to this one, a little bit different on the inside. They don't show 100% the same parts, but those were probably in the mid-90s range, given maybe early to mid-90s range. And this probably took over in the mid-90s to the early 2000s. But the good thing is all the parts are made for it. We can fix these things usually. So, but here's our information. If you'd like to send us one to work on, we'd be happy to focus. There you go. Fencerfixer.com is our website. There are links down below in the description area that take you right to our site. If you can't spell it, just click on the link and it'll take you right to our site. Alright, well, I got to get this tore apart first. This has got rivets in it. So how we always take them apart, we take a hammer or a small sledge, and then we'll use either, if I can find it, a real thin cold stone chisel, bust those rivets out, or we'll take this. I got this big screwdriver here with a flat screwdriver with a metal in on there. Either way, we got to bust them rivets out. You can drill them out, but you risk of hitting something on the inside sometimes. So you got to be. Screwdriver works pretty good. It's got not be a sissy about it, and just give it a few good whacks pretty hard, and it'll bust them out of there. Usually splits it in half. Or usually there'll be a piece left in there either on the inside or outside, so when we go put it back together, I gotta usually make sure that those are all out of there, so I can put a screw back in it. So I don't know what's wrong with this. It doesn't say anything on the note besides customer's information. Come on, there we go. Works a little bit easier and better when I have a sharp cold stone chisel on there. Wood chisel, it'll work, but it's not a stout metal, and so if you pound it too many times, it'll get little grooves in the wood chisel. So I use a cold stone, a thinner cold stone chisel. It's just a higher, tougher, or whatever metal that the chisel's made out of. Cold stone. All right, let's get this case popped apart. Let's take a look on the inside here. This is a metal case unit. It says they bought it, and the date on the front is June 11th, 1998. This is purchased. This is manufactured April 1st of 1998. So this, this is a original, or they bought it probably 2 months after it was built. Transformers original. It's got April 1998 on there, so Transformers original. This has got the old style board with all the wires soldered to it. That's the original capacitor style. Honestly, I don't know if this thing's ever been worked on. I mean, it's hard to say. Maybe fuse blew here or there, or maybe they got this blue thing's been changed. Maybe, I don't know. This thing doesn't look like it's gotten a little discolored. Sometimes it get real dark up there. The PTC thing will go bad. It'll get hot. It's like a surge suppression type of protection device. All right, well, it's not lighting up or not clicking at all. So maybe the fuses are bad. I can take the fuses out, but let's just ohm across there and just go from the back side of the fuse holder to the top side. Didn't mean nothing. Okay, so either the fuses are missing a fuse, so that's one reason why it won't come on. So does that mean it just keeps blowing fuses? I don't know. So power strips turned off, so I can put these in without risking of it turn on prematurely. Sounds healthy. needle gauge isn't going all the way up, but that's not a huge deal. So let's take this analog tester, fence tester here. We'll, oh, don't touch that terminal, stupid. Alright, so we're going to just go across the unit here and see what it puts out. Come on, cat, come on. Getting about 8,000 volts out of it. It's about normal. Usually, might be a little low. Usually about 8 to 9. We're a little bit below 8, about 7.5. Let's turn it off real quick. Let's slap the case back together. Sometimes these needle gauges get a little squirrely when you have it open, because it is like a feedback loop through a magnetic field deal in the transformer, and that's what tells the gauge what to do. So if it closes it up, everything's kind of sitting where it needs to be. There it goes. This is the older style, so it gradually builds the gauge up. I mean, it's not like it's low power, medium power, full power as it pulses. I mean, if I put my tester on when I first plugged it in, even though it was bouncing around the red and yellow, it was said 8,000. The gauge had to gradually get itself all the way up there, but it's probably 8,000 right out the gate. So, I don't know. Let's get our Energizer performance meter out. We're going to do a little checking on it. We're going to do, oh, this is a 30-mile range, I think it's what it says. Yeah, 30-mile range. So it's probably 2 joule output, somewhere in that range. Let's do peak voltage, no load. Get rid of this glare. Turn the overhead light off. Uh, 7.5 to 8, roughly, is what we were kind of bouncing around there a little bit, but at least it's matching up what this thing says. So let's put a 500 ohm load on there. Alright, it dropped down to 5.5 kV at 1.1 joule output. Let's go to a 200 ohm load. We're down to 4,000 volts, 1.3 joule. So this is, because most, like, if you go to like Tractor Supply or whatever, look at the Zariba stuff, you'll see a 50-mile unit and have 2 joule output. This is a 30-mile, so technically this is a lower mileage, so maybe it's a lower joule. So if it's a 30-mile and it says 1.3 to 1.5 joule, this is probably where it's supposed to be at. Because a 25-mile Zariba is a 1 joule output. This is a 30-mile, so we're over the amount of joules what that unit supposedly goes for. Alright, cat, you gotta get out of here. Come on, kitty, kitty. Ow. You're being too clean, you cat. Got a shop cat, she's about 7 years old. Hangs out here and chases the mice off if we ever have a mice problem, which haven't so far. I don't know, I'm not really finding anything wrong with this thing. The fuses were missing, so why didn't the customer just put new fuses in it? See, 100 ohms is probably way too low. Way too much stress for this size unit. Probably going to drop like a rock. Yeah. Let me adjust the range. Oh, too much. Yeah, 2.7 kV at 1.1 joule at 100 ohm load. So it's probably right around 1.5 1.3 joule output. So that's probably about right, because it's like Zariba 25 mile is 1 joule, and the 50 mile is 2 joule. So 30 miles probably like 1.5 or less, right in that 1.2 to 1.5 range. And that's right where that was showing on that gauge there. So this is probably right where it needs to be. So I don't know I'll have to call the customer and just chat it over with them. They put new fuses in there. The fuses were missing, so someone had to remove them. So unless they didn't have the right fuses, I couldn't find them. They're just 1 amp, 250 volt fuses. So I don't know. I'm not seeing anything wrong with the thing. It's got a lot of original parts in it. I mean, what I'll do is I could put under a load and set on the other bench over there and just let it have its fun over there for a while and just let it run for a day or so and see if we're missing anything. But there's our information. If you got one of these things, want to send it to us for us to look at, happy to take a look at it for you. We get free quotes, 18-month warranty on the repair that we do to a unit. And until next time, have a fun rest of your day. Be safe.